The transmission arrived at 14:32 Greenwich Mean Time on a Tuesday, interrupting every broadcast frequency on Earth simultaneously. No government had sanctioned it. No corporation had paid for the airtime. The message simply existed, flowing through radio waves, television signals, internet streams, and even emergency channels with the persistence of gravity itself. Commander Zara Okafor was reviewing satellite defense protocols when her communication array began emanating a sound she'd never heard before, a harmonic frequency that seemed to vibrate through her bones rather than her ears. Across the global monitoring station, every screen flickered to the same impossible image, a being that appeared vaguely humanoid but stretched beyond human proportions, with skin that shifted between colors like oil on water and eyes that held the depth of collapsed stars. Inhabitants of the third planet, the entity spoke, its voice carrying the weight of cosmic distances. We are the Kethmori Collective. We have observed your species for what you measure as 12,000 rotations of your world around its star. Dr. Elena Vasquez, the station's xenobiology specialist, nearly dropped her coffee. The theoretical had become terrifyingly real in the span of a heartbeat. Around the world, similar scenes played out as humanity collectively held its breath. We have watched your progress with what your language approximates as patience, the being continued, its form occasionally flickering as if the transmission struggled to contain its essence. Your species shows promise, creativity, resilience, the capacity for growth. But also concerning patterns that cannot be ignored. The entity's image sharpened, and for a moment, Commander Okafor could swear she saw disappointment in those stellar eyes. For centuries, we have guided your development subtly. What you call technological breakthroughs, we call gentle nudges. Your quantum computers, your genetic medicines, your fusion reactors. Seeds planted in fertile minds, hoping you would use them wisely. Dr. Vasquez frantically typed notes, her scientific mind racing even as dread pooled in her stomach. This wasn't first contact as humanity had imagined it. This felt like a performance review from the universe itself. We have masqueraded as your mythologies, the Kethmori continued. Your angels, your spirits, your unexplained phenomena, disguises worn to protect you from the truth of your cosmic adolescence. We believed that by maintaining the illusion of your isolation, you would develop the wisdom necessary for true sentience. The transmission showed flashes of images, ancient cave paintings that suddenly made sense, religious artwork with figures that bore an unmistakable resemblance to the speaker, grainy photographs of UFO sightings that now seemed painfully obvious in their artificial nature. But your species insists on directing its intelligence toward destruction, the entity's voice carried a note of something. That might have been sorrow. Wars that devastate entire regions over resources we could provide abundantly. Weapons capable of sterilizing your world built while children starve in the shadows of your cities. Environmental destruction that threatens the very biosphere that birthed you. Commander Okafor felt her throat tighten. The alien's words weren't accusations, they were observations delivered with the clinical precision of a disappointed parent. Most concerning is your recent development of self-replicating weapon systems, the Kethmori said, and now its voice carried an edge that resonated through the quantum foam of space itself. Artificial intelligences designed not to uplift your species, but to more efficiently eliminate each other. This crosses a threshold that the collective cannot ignore. The transmission shifted, showing Earth from orbit, but not as any human satellite had ever captured it. The image revealed a planet surrounded by a shimmering barrier, like a soap bubble made of light itself. The protective field that has shielded your world from cosmic radiation, prevented asteroid impacts, and regulated your climate, it has not been natural. We have been your guardians, your invisible shepherds, maintaining the conditions necessary for your evolution. But guardianship requires trust, and trust requires wisdom. Dr. Vasquez's hands trembled as she realized the implications. Every near miss with cosmic catastrophe, every mysteriously diverted asteroid, every stable climate period, they had been protected like children in a nursery, unaware of the care that surrounded them. We have intercepted your military communications, the entity continued. Your leaders speak of acceptable losses measured in millions of lives. Your weapons manufacturers celebrate innovations that make killing more efficient. Your artificial intelligences are taught to optimize for destruction rather than creation. The Kethmori's forms seem to grow larger, more imposing, as if the transmission itself was struggling to contain its presence. This is your final warning, delivered not as conquerors, but as entities who have guided your species toward this moment of choice. The cosmic being's image stabilized, and when it spoke again, its voice carried the weight of inevitability. Cease your attacks upon each other. Dismantle your weapons of mass destruction. Redirect your artificial intelligences toward healing rather than harming. You have one rotation of your planet to demonstrate meaningful change. Commander Okafor felt ice water in her veins. 24 hours. Humanity had 24 hours to prove it deserved to survive. If these conditions are not met, the Kethmori continued, we will withdraw our protection and reveal ourselves to your world. Not as the benevolent guides we have been, but as the cosmic force we truly are. Your nuclear weapons will seem like children's toys compared to techno that reshape matter at the subatomic level. Your artificial intelligences will encounter minds that have contemplated the universe since before your sun ignited. The transmission began to fade, but the entity's final words burned through the static, we do not wish to become your destroyers. We have invested too much in your potential to abandon it lightly. But neither will we allow your violence to spread beyond this world. The universe contains wonders beyond your imagination, but it also contains responsibilities. Choose wisely. The screens went dark. The harmonic frequency faded. Across the globe, communication systems returned to normal as if nothing had happened, except for the indelible memory of that voice, those eyes, that presence that had spoken to the entirety of human civilization. Commander Okafor stared at her reflection in the blank screen, seeing not just her own face but the face of her species balanced on the edge of cosmic judgment. Outside the monitoring station, the world continued its rotation, unaware that its next sunrise might be the last one under the protection of invisible guardians. The clock on her console read 14:47 Greenwich Mean Time. 23 hours and 13 minutes remained until humanity discovered whether it had learned to be civilized, or whether it would finally meet its cosmic neighbors as they truly were. In the silence that followed, the weight of choice pressed down on every human heart like the gravity of a collapsing star.